everyone is out there. We want to save some time. And I'd like to begin this morning by reading a verse to you. This is the last week to sign up for mini-master trips. And this verse comes from John 15, verse 16. It says, "You have chosen me. I have not chosen you, but you have chosen me." And he says, "I have appointed you, I have planted you, that you might go and bear fruit and keep on bearing, that your fruit may be lasting, that it may remain and abide, so that whatever you ask the Father in my name, he will give it to you." It's a great verse, and especially as we think about going out on all these trips, whether it's a mission trip per se, or whether it's an educational or cultural experience, it's a great opportunity for us to go and be Jesus in another community besides the one that we're living in. I want to begin today with just a couple of announcements. First of all, there is a couple of trips that have been added just recently, and we're up to 14 trips that are opportunities for you to choose from this week. Some of you have already chosen, but there is a Dominican Republic trip that we've just added for volleyball players. So if you're on the JV or varsity volleyball team, or if you help with that team, that could be a pretty incredible trip. SCORE International is sponsoring that trip, and you guys will be playing other teams in the Dominican Republic and sharing Christ with them after those games and fellowshipping with them. So great opportunity there. Also, Jay Davis has added a band trip. I believe it's going to be to Orlando, Florida. So those of you that are involved in band in any way, you'll have the opportunity to take advantage of that. If you are a band member, listen to me. Young people, listen to me. If you're a band member and you've already signed up for a trip, but you would rather go on that band trip, you can change. It's fine. Just see me or Gloria Davis, and we can change that for you. It's no problem. Want you to be involved in the things where you have gifts and talents and abilities that God can use. Also, on World Impact Day, Jordan Gainey is putting together a skit. And mostly 10th graders, but if you are just very drama inclined, the good kind of drama, please see Jordan Gainey and right after chapel, and she's going to see who you are and put together a skit for World Impact Day. All right, today we actually have two videos that we're going to show you. The first one is a place that those that are going on the Canada trip are going to go, and they're going to have the opportunity to ski all day at a world-class ski resort. And we wanted to show you a little video clip from that, and then Mr. King is going to come and share a little bit about that trip. After that, we're going to have our testimonies, and then at the end of chapel today, we're going to hear about the Greece trip. Okay? All right, so watch this video. Oh, you don't have it? Okay. All right, please welcome to the stage Mr. King. You rather be down here?
All right, real quick, on the Canada thing, since there's no video, we are going to skiing. It's at Mount Pakenham. It's in Ontario. We'll be spending a whole day there. If you don't downhill ski, you can also cross-country ski. You can skate. You can go tubing. Okay, for people like Coach Harris that can't balance themselves, you just sit on an inner tube, slide down the hill, then they take you on a rope back up to the top of the hill. So all you're doing is sitting around all day. All right, we're also going up, though, to help out at Celebration Church, which is Jason and Carrie Byers. It's one of the church plants from here. We'll be helping them out, get ready for services, and just meeting basically with college kids. They basically serve colleges. There's like 3 colleges right around their church building, which is like in an old strip mall. But there's basically 3 colleges there, and they go out, and you just go out and talk to college kids and invite them to come in and meet with them and to, the other stuff that they'll get you ready for once we get up there. But one thing I did want to tell you, kind of to piggyback in what Mr. Hornsby said, I don't know where he went, but the last couple of years, I've taken groups to Boston, and it's basically been a college trip where we go to, 4 different universities in Boston, and every year when we go to those universities, especially the Harvards and the Boston colleges, which really have to, look at a lot of things when they're admitting these students, they've always said that what we do here in these mini-semester trips is a tremendous opportunity for our students to get a leg up on students who don't have this chance. So it doesn't, come to Canada with me. It'll be a great time. We'll get you doing stuff. We'll get you going. Go to Greece, go to Ireland, go to the Dominican, go wherever you want to go. But take advantage of the opportunity the school's providing you to do something that other schools don't get to do, okay? Take this advantage to separate yourself from the other people competing to go to college with you, okay? And Coach, who's up?
Testing, here we go. All right. Here we go. We have testimonies today. This is homecoming time, as you know. And that time of year, we have 6 senior boys and 6 senior young ladies who are your finalists on your ballots, and they will actually be voted on tomorrow or Friday. Can't remember. Miss Levens tells me what to do. It's Friday. Friday, right, Miss Levens? Is it Friday? Thursday and Friday. So we'll be doing the voting then, and the entire school, high school, that's when I say school, that's what I'm talking about because that's what I'm concerned with, the high school. So our entire school here will vote for this, for the seniors. That won't be the same way for the other grades. On the ballot, you will also see the finalists for your grades for homecoming. So today they're going to give a testimony, tell a little bit about themselves as far as what God's doing in their life now, or when they first came to know Christ. But they'll give you their testimony, and so sit back and listen. And let's be very quiet. Let's don't act like we don't need any hooping and hollering. And this is a chapel service, okay? And one thing that I want to do is before we get started is make sure we have a certain amount of reverence when we're sitting in here in chapel. This is not, social time. It's not sit with your girlfriend and hold hands time. It's time to listen. And today, we're not having a speaker, but we do have 12 students coming up here to speak. And they'll be speaking about something important to them. And it may be important to some of you. So keep your ears open and your mouth shut, and let's listen, okay? Now, Patrick Busher, you can start off. We'll go in order just like this.
Well, obviously, I'm Patrick Busher. I've been going to Elka for 12 years, and I have played baseball and football. The first time I said the prayer was in first grade, and at that time, a 7-year-old would, do anything that is different and new, so I decided to do it. So I went through elementary and up through my 7th grade year without, doing anything. I was never in the Word, and I was, never talking to Him. But then one chapel day in the 7th grade, I got moved through the words of the speaker, and I felt like God was really tugging at my heart. And on that day, I rededicated my life to Him, and my life has changed. Since that day, I feel like I treat people with respect and don't make fun of people as much as I used to. Every day, I try to live my life in a way that honors Him. I'm humbled by the fact that you voted me on the court and thankful for the experience. Oh, and I'd like to give a shout out to the Whitey Tidies, to my boys.
Hello, I'm Matthew Cathy, and I'm just really glad that the seniors of 2013 has elected me to be on the homecoming court. I've been here since middle school. I've done football, cross country, wrestling, track, and all that good stuff. But I've grown up in a Christian home, and I've accepted Christ when I was 6 years old. But one thing I've just really struggled with was effort, and effort in sports, academics, and now that I look back, I wish I gave it more effort in walking the walk with my God. And I'm just really honored to be up here with these great guys, because the people who I view who've given their all and all their effort would be people like Isaac Rochelle, who came to this school. He was a stick figure. He was like 5'11" and like tiny, but now he's grown up and he's a great person and given it his all for the football team. And Patrick, I think he's really does just always really happy and given it his all in school and all that good stuff. So I'm just really honored to be on the same court as all of them. Thank you.
All right, I want to start off like they did, just thanking the senior class for letting me be a part of this homecoming court. It's really an honor and something I really wanted to do. But I came to Elka after my 7th grade year, and I was just like a normal student, just came, and really looking forward to coming here just for like basketball and sports. But basically through the chapels and through like awesome chapel speakers, it really just started to work in me. In 9th grade, it was one of those things where I just kind of went through school and just kind of did my thing every day. And it wasn't anything that I wasn't striving to get better in my walk with Christ. I wasn't striving to really get better at anything. And there wasn't really anything that I was striving for, like I was saying. So there was just something that just wasn't right. So my 10th grade year, before the football season, we started to organize groups, and the football team started to come together. And even you guys know, if you were here, that senior class really helped the whole school grow in Christ. So that really affected me. And having my brother be he's such a just Christ-like character to look to, and Tanner and people like that, it really just helped me with my walk. And now it's just an everyday battle. We talk about it with Coach Guest, win the day. I'm just trying to win the day with my walk with Christ. And it's just a daily battle, like I said. It's not something that, I sit up here and say I'm perfect and I read my Bible every day. It's a daily battle just like everybody else. And now I just feel like God's showing me that my walk should just be a peace in Him, and it shouldn't be something that's I'm not a Christian through my works or what I do. I'm a Christian through the peace He gives me, and I'm saved by grace. So it's just an honor to be on court. Thank you.
I've never talked into a microphone before. I'm Adria. I know a lot of you. I don't know a lot of you, but I'm really bad at public speaking, so if I'm shaking, just, whatever. I'm not going to lie, it's really hard to get up here in front of a lot of people and tell who I am, where I've been in such a short period of time. And honestly don't know where to start, because God has come and rescued me in my faith so many times. And I know that my story doesn't have the simple start, or I don't have the typical benchmarks along the way. But when I started to decide what I wanted to say in this speech, I didn't know that if I should share everything I've been through, because I'm not trying to pull oh, my life has been so hard and God's the only thing that's got me through it, which is true. But everything I've been through has made me the person that y'all all know me to be. You all know how outspoken I am about what I've been through, because I feel like what I've gone through can impact other people. And those of you who do know me know that I have a different understanding of God, because I've experienced countless of loss. But I find peace now in that I've never been alone, and that my Heavenly Father has never left. So why does it mean the world to me to be on homecoming court this year? I've wanted nothing more than to be that girl who, for the first time, doesn't have just one escort, but has both her older brothers walk her across the field and stand by my side on homecoming night. And to have my mom and sisters taking 1,000 pictures of me from the stands, and 1,000 pictures really isn't exaggerating. Not to mention that I'm so excited to make my little brother Jacob endure the whole thing. And maybe for the night he won't be embarrassed by me. So I really am honored to be up here. And like I said, I really do hate public speaking. But, yeah, that's it.
Hi, I'm Tyler Petty. Gone to Elka for it's my 13th year being at Elka, and I've always grown up in a Christian home, and went to church every Sunday. And when I was 6, I got saved Sunday night at church, and then God's really worked through my life through all the years being here at Elka, and Elka's really helped me grow spiritually, teaching me what kind of person I should be, and I really strive to be the leader on the football field and strive to God show me how to be in the classroom. Psalm 19:14 is my life verse, and it says, "Let the words of my mouth and the meditations of my heart be acceptable in your sight, O Lord, my rock and my redeemer." These words really speak to me and really show us how we should benchmark our lives as we're going through our lives each day. Like I said, Elka has really helped me grow in my faith. And I want to give a shout out to my O-line. Y'all do it this week. Thank you.
Hey. Okay, I'm Hillary, and I've been here for 12 years. And everyone in past years has come up here and said the general, I grew up in a Christian home and God saved me, but I've never really experienced anything in my life. Well, for me, things are slightly different. I did grow up in a Christian home, and up until about high school, I felt the same way about my testimony. However, I've been through a lot of things lately that God has seen me through. So bear with me just as I share just a moment of my testimony. I got saved when I was really young, around 7 or 8. It never meant anything to me, though. My 8th grade year, I felt I was changing, so I rededicated my life at D-Now. Still nothing changed. I started high school, and in 9th grade, I was the same person I'd always been. However, in October of my sophomore year, my parents separated, and although the divorce wasn't final till March of my junior year, it took a hard toll on my life. Everyone said the divorce wouldn't affect me because it was all between my parents, and I did nothing wrong. However, I saw it differently. I had a hard time dealing with it, and I never really hated God. I just didn't have a relationship with him at all. After my dad had been gone for about 10 months, my mom and I started to become extremely close. My mom was one of the major reasons I started seeking. I'd been questioning God's existence and began to question what was real, and when I started to pray for one of my friends and saw her come to Christ, it changed me. God had proved to me his existence, and no, he shouldn't have had to, but he answered my questions and allowed me to see that he was still there and that he did care. After she was saved, I slowly started to want to go to church, but still didn't really have a relationship. I just lived off everyone else's around me. I went to Breakout last summer, and God revealed to me that I wasn't alone. He revealed himself to me and taught me how to be a stronger Christian. He gave me courage to tell people and be able to be there for people. This summer, I've come to have a quiet time every day and can't seem to function if I don't. There are numerous verses that tell me God will never fail and that he always loves me when it seems no one else does. I've been able to see friends come to God or come to me when they need advice or just a simple prayer. I've been able to let go and allow God to use me to further his kingdom. It's been a journey, but I wouldn't have it any other way because God has become my father, my hero, and my everything. My life hasn't always been easy, but God has finally found me and has given me strength to find him every day. So that's my journey to this point, and I can't wait to see what God has for me in the future. But as a lot of you know, one of my dreams since 2nd grade was to be on homecoming court. So thank you for letting me do that, and I would also love to have the honor to represent you as your queen. Thank you.
This is really scary, but I'm Jordan, and I've grown up in church all my life, and it's definitely been, you know, a struggle and a work the whole time. I think the biggest thing that I've struggled with is being comfortable and being okay where I am with God, and God's really been working in me to really like push forward and to ask him what he wants me to do in my life rather than just doing what I want and expecting, his plans and his works to just come after what I do. And I'm really honored to be up here and to be elected on homecoming court. But yeah, and Adria, you almost made me cry, and you did really good. But I'm just calling you out here. So thank you.
I'm April, and this is my second year at Elka, and I'm kind of surprised because I'm on this and it's only my second year, but I'm really honored and just thank you. But I've grown up in a Christian home all my life, and I got saved when I was 7 years old, but I didn't really know like what a relationship with God meant, and I kind of fell away. But at the breakout of my 8th grade year, I finally knew what it meant to have a relationship with Christ, and I rededicated my life. And at that time, my relationship with God was like a roller coaster. But ever since I've been here and I've been in a Christian school environment, it's become more stable, and I honestly don't know what I would do without God having hold of my life and leading me through it. And I just thank y'all for seniors for voting me on homecoming court, and I would be honored to represent you as your queen.
Hi. I'm Grayson. I would like to start by saying that public speaking is my biggest fear, so please keep that in mind. I have attended Elka since kindergarten. I'm a competition cheerleader, and I also cheer for the football team. I participated in competition cheerleading for 2 years and football cheerleading for 4 years. I've made many memories while I've attended Elka, and many of you have helped make me those memories. I am thankful for all the people here at Elka who have helped me grow in my relationship with Christ. I was saved when I was in 5th grade and baptized shortly after that, and I'll continue to look forward to see how God is going to use me in my last year at Elka, and especially as I prepare for the Jamaica mission trip. I would also like to thank my classmates for choosing me in my junior and senior year to represent our class. It has truly been an honor. If I am chosen, I will strive to represent Elka in a very Christ-like manner. Thank you.
My name is Emily Baker. I'm sure most of y'all already know me, and if you do, you probably know that I'm hardly ever serious unless I really have to be. I've been going to Elka since 1st grade, and I cheer both competition and football cheer, and I've been cheering for 3 years. I've been going to church, most every week and everything, but I came to know Jesus at Breakout the summer before my 8th grade year. I remember the message being so powerful, and it really felt God like pulling on my heart, and since then I try every day to live my life for Him and be a light for Him in the school. And I'm far from perfect and everything, but it's an amazing feeling to know that God will always be there for me no matter what I do, bad or good. But I'm going to Jamaica this year in the spring for my mini Messer trip, and I'm really excited about that. I feel like God is really going to use me and some of the other people really, while we're there. And a lot of my friends are are also on court, so everyone's, they're all great people. And I'm really happy I get the opportunity to be one of the homecoming representatives for our senior class. And all the girls and guys, are, really great, people. So it would be a huge honor and privilege to be voted queen. And I would love more than anything to represent the senior class of the school that I've been going to for pretty much my whole life. Thank you.
Hey, I'm Zach. I've got her since pre-K 4, so yeah. I've played tennis all 4 years of my high school career, and as of this year, I'm on the cross-country team. So shout out to cross-country people, Oh, and I work at the UPS store, so, if you guys ever need to mail or ship something, I got your back. Elka's played a vital role in my walk with Christ. I grew up in a Christian home, but I didn't really know who God is, really, or who God was when I was younger until I was older because, really, it took me a long time to really understand and grasp how amazing he is. And really, it wasn't like one day, I just woke up and out of the blue, I was like, oh, I'm going to dedicate my life to Christ today because it's so much more complex than that. It's really a gradual process that started when I first came to Elka. Over the years at Elka, it really, to me, it wasn't even the wisdom and teaching and all the great preaching that, I received because that stuff was great. But to me, it was really the actions of the faculty and staff here and my friends and family is really what brought me to Christ. My mom always told me that actions speak louder than words, and that really couldn't be more true in my life because actions is really what brought me to Christ. When I was younger and I would walk around and I would see here and walk around the halls of Elka, there's just so much joy in these halls, and it really it puzzled me. I was like, why are these people so genuinely happy, and why is everyone just exemplifying kindness? And then I realized it's because they have Christ. Christ gives us a joy that nothing else in the world can give us, and it's really amazing. And, ever since that day in 7th or 8th grade, when I really gave up myself to him, it's been completely different. And I know you guys hear all the time that, God is with you and God is, you're never alone, but that is so true. Just speaking for myself, I can feel God's presence in everything I do, and I can feel his hand on my shoulder in everything I do. And that's pretty much my testimony. And I'm really honored that my senior class voted for me for homecoming court. I was really surprised. And it would be really even cooler if, all you guys would vote for me for king. So, vote for Zach, because he's, yeah.
What's up? Zach did really good. I don't know if I can top that, but my name is Jake. I don't play any sports, but I don't know, everybody's been saying the sports that they play, and I'm in the marching band. So shout out to the band, drumline. Spencer, we still love you, even though you left us. That's okay. But so a little bit of my testimony. And yeah, it's a testimony a lot like Hillary described, but it says in Revelation that we will overcome by the blood of the Lamb and the word of our testimony. And so you only got one testimony, be proud of it, because, God's worked in all of our lives. Maybe he's worked differently and others, and some people have gone through a lot more crap than others, and that's definitely true. But for me, my life's been pretty awesome. I was raised in a great house. If you know my mom or dad, or been to a Bible study, you know that they're pretty cool people, and they've kept me out of trouble and kept me straight in my walk, But so let's see, I've gone to Elka since I was 3 in K3 back then, and I've been going here since I was in the womb, and so it wasn't until 6th grade at D Now, which is coming up, so everybody should help with that. As high schoolers, we should reach out to the middle schoolers. But anyways, in 6th grade, that's where God worked in my life. And Mark was talking, and he was talking about how you need a relationship with Jesus. And because up until that point, he was just a subject that I had here at school, or something I went to in Awanas and to get snacks and stuff. And it was it wasn't like Jesus was a real person to me. And So I got saved then, but something that I've always struggled with is like viewing it as like a religion, when in reality it's like a relationship, you know. So that's just what God's really been working in me with, like throughout the whole time. It's just something that I've always struggled with. Is I've been trying to do this and try to earn salvation from a God that's like perfect, and it's like, how could you ever try to measure up to that? And I feel like a lot of times we as Christians get caught up in that, and that's why a lot of us are so like unhappy. So I want to challenge you guys: if you don't have any joy in your walk with God, if you don't have the peace that Zach was talking about, that you can see in a lot of the teachers here and stuff, and a lot of the students, then ask yourself that. Are you trying to earn your salvation? Because if you are, then you're never going to be happy. You're never going to be content. It's once you realize that you're broken and you need Jesus, like, completely, like he does everything for you, that's when you're going to find peace. And I'm honored to be on court with these guys. I've grown up with most of them. And April, you know, you've only been here 2 years. That's okay. We still love you, April. But, you know, I'm honored to be with a lot of them. I've grown up with a lot of them, played sports back in my days when I wasn't as small, you know, because everybody kept growing, but I didn't. So, you know, that honestly was the reason that I joined band in 9th grade. But now I love it. I would never do anything else besides that. I feel like that's what God's called me to do. So it'd be awesome if you'd vote for me. Yeah, there you go.
Okay, good job. Very good job. And obviously there's some folks that need some, that are very nervous with their public speaking. So maybe they need to do a little extra work with their public speaking class before they go to college. Because public speaking is a necessary evil in this world, you know. You have to stand up in front of a bunch of kids and talk to them on a regular basis, and you better be ready to talk. All right. You saw the people, the kids here that they told you something about themselves. When you vote, you know, take it seriously. It's not a popularity contest. Vote for the person that you feel is representing your school the best. And you have a lot of good choices, a lot of good choices. I don't think you can go wrong with any of these guys. So vote your heart, and don't worry about what your buddy says or somebody campaigning for somebody. That's not what it's all about. That's class office. Okay, we're done with that. We've already voted for that. This is homecoming court, and this is something we want to see some our kids who represent our school well with character. Okay? So we can go to what class? We have a video. Video. So start the video.
I want to start. Thank you. I want to start by saying it's an honor to be nominated to the homecoming court. That was the wrong speech. Actually, it's my privilege to invite you to go to Greece on Mini-Master this spring. I'll be going, Mr. Mosley and Ms. King will be going. And so we think it'll be a great trip. Greece is a very beautiful place, a lot of history. It's the birthplace of democracy. It's also a place that Paul visited on his missionary journeys, a lot of biblical history. And we'll be going into two different things. First of all, a 4-day, 4-night cruise of the Aegean Sea with the beautiful blue waters and beautiful towns along the coast. And we're also going to Athens, and we're going to see the Parthenon and Mars Hill and places where Paul preached. So first of all, we're going to show a video of a minute of the cruise and the places we're going to visit, and then I want to go through a slideshow showing you a couple of the days of the itinerary. So you'll start the video. Thank you. All right. The video was kind of supposed to be cut a little short of that, but that's okay. Students will not be allowed to gamble on the cruise, sorry. But other than that, I'd like to show you a slideshow of the itinerary of what we're going to be doing. On day 1 and 2, we're going to travel, which is the next one. All right. We're flying to London and then to Athens. The next day, we start on the cruise, though. We leave from the port of Piraeus, which is close to Athens. All right. And then that afternoon, we're going to visit Mykonos, which is a beautiful Greek city in the Aegean, whitewashed walls, flowered balconies. Next slide, please. All right. And a beautiful church, beautiful windmills. Day 3, we're going to Ephesus. Next slide, please. And this is where Paul preached for 3 years, had a good ministry. He wrote the letter of the Ephesians to Ephesus, a lot of ancient Roman ruins. That afternoon, we're going to go to the island of Patmos. The next slide. This is where John was imprisoned, and he wrote the book of Revelation. Or go to day 4. The next day, we go to Rhodes. We're going to visit the Temple of Athena on the Acropolis, and it's a beautiful place. There's a whitewashed artist colony there we get to see. All right, next day. Day 6, we go to the island of Crete. Paul stationed Timothy there to be pastor of a church there. Also, for those taking my world history test today, Crete was the site of the early civilization of the Greeks, the Minoans, so be ready for that question. And I think the slideshow's over, but we go back to Athens. We spend some time in Athens visiting the Parthenon, Mars Hill, the Agora, and then on the last day we go to Corinth and see that city. I think that's about it. Do you all want to add anything?
Just remember that you can't lose by choosing any of the trips that are being offered this year. But of course, we're going to push the Greece trip. But as I said, please, by Friday, turn in your application wherever you decide to go. You'll have a blessed trip. Okay? Thanks.
Thanks.
Hey, and also, guys, the students who I've already talked to, some of our discussions about the trip, I've shared with my kids that this can change your life. You know, we hear about these places, we read these books, we hear these things in chapel, but when you go see them, it really makes your walk with God a lot different. So I just want to encourage you guys to think about it. And, you know, like we've already said, get your application in by Friday. So.
Hey, thank you, guys. Goodness gracious. Hey, let me tell you, there's a couple things that are really, really serious about the opportunity that we have for these 14 trips this year, and not to minimize what's going to happen here locally, because it's going to be better than it's ever been. If you're staying for a local project, you're going to be blessed, and you're going to be a blessing, and you've heard about some of those things we're going to be doing. But listen to me when it comes to turning in your application, filling out your application. If the application is not filled out completely, with a picture on the back page and a check for the deposit, it will be handed back to you. Everybody understand that? Okay? So if you're going to wait until Friday morning, that's fine. We like to do that here in America. But there will be a table set up out here starting at 7:15 in the morning on Friday, and we'll take it before then. We'd like to have it before then, but if you wait till then, make sure you have everything with you. Make sure you fill it out completely, answer all the questions, put down your prayer request, share your testimony. All of that is necessary for you to be qualified to go on one of these trips. So please do that. And also, if the trips are not populated, if there's not 20 to 25 people going to Greece, we're not going to Greece. Ooh. And if there's not 20 to 25 people going to Ireland, we're not going to Ireland. because there's no way we can pull these trips off unless they are populated to the point that we can pay for it and all the incidentals, and you just have no idea what it cost besides what you pay. So if you guys would, if you're going on a trip, you might want to recruit a little bit. I know we still need 8 girls for Nicaragua. The guys' side is full. 6 girls for Nicaragua. Listen, recruit a little bit. If you want your trip to happen between now and Friday, recruit for your trip, okay? Because we will not go to all 14 of these destinations. I can tell you we won't, unless a whole bunch of you jump on the trips and pay the deposit and are willing to, do the work and make the sacrifice. Listen, it's a sacrifice for a lot of families to do these trips, but it is worth it. It is worth it. I'm telling you, I've been on many, many, many of them, and it just changes your life. So thank you so much. Mr. Campbell?
Okay, we have one more video. No, just kidding. Second period. Let's go. Second period.